Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you. My name is Ashna Sisodia, and today in this video we are going to talk about annual India-Japan Summit. Recently, the Japanese Prime Minister Kishida and Prime Minister Modi met for the annual India-Japan Summit. So, what are going to be the highlights of this visit? That's what we will be discussing today. And also, we'll try to understand what this meant for India, especially. So, there was this India Japan annual summit which was held, and the two leaders had extensive discussions on bilateral relations where they confirmed that they will continue to develop the Japan India Special Strategic and Global Partnership. Yes, you heard it right. What sort of partnership exists between Japan and India? It is special, strategic, and global partnership and global partnership. So, this is the relationship, this is the partnership that we have. And yes, so joint statements were released. So, we'll be looking in that. So, the two prime ministers largely focused on significantly boosting cooperation in areas of clean energy, semiconductors, and co development of military hardware. Very, very important, these three areas. Apart from exploring the ways to deal with regional security challenges because of the increasing assertiveness of China, China is a regional challenge for both Japan as well as India. China is part of Asia, and so as India and Japan. So, both the nations have vowed to work together to deal with pressing global challenges under India's presidency of G20 and Japan's chairmanship of G7 grouping. And this year has been announced as the India Japan Year of Tourism, where the Japanese PM formally invited the Indian Prime Minister to the G7 Hiroshima summit, which was actually accepted. Also, there has been highlighted free and open Indo Pacific policy, FOIP policy. What is free and open Indo Pacific policy? Well, the Japanese Prime Minister unveiled his plan for a free and open Indo Pacific with a focus on India's increasingly significant role in this region. Actually, the free and open Indo Pacific policy, this is a strategic initiative of Japan. It is aimed at promoting a free and open maritime order in the Indo-Pacific region. So this policy aims to enhance regional stability and prosperity by promoting trade, investment, and people to people exchanges. India has been an important partner in Japan's free and open Indo Pacific policy. Japan and India share common strategic interest in the Indo-Pacific region, and both countries have been working together to promote a free and open maritime order. Japan and India have been working closely on several initiatives to enhance regional connectivity and infrastructure development. In fact, Japan has been a major investor in India's infrastructure sector, with several Japanese companies investing in Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor and other infrastructure projects. They have been working together to enhance maritime security in the Indo Pacific region, and Japan has been providing maritime patrol vessels and other equipments to India to enhance its maritime surveillance capabilities. The two countries have also been conducting joint naval exercises to promote maritime cooperation and enhance interoperability. And apart from these initiatives, they have been working together to promote regional trade and investment. And recently, Japan has announced $75 billion to bolster Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific policy, where Japan would mobilize a total of more than $75 billion in public and private funds in the Indo-Pacific region by 2030 in infrastructure, and they'll grow together. Japan will be growing together with other countries. So the core principle here includes defending freedom, rule of law, and respecting diversity, inclusiveness, and openness. These principles remain relevant in the current environment. In fact, Japan has been a strong supporter of India's accession to the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans Pacific Partnership. It has been working closely with India to enhance regional connectivity and promote trade and investment. So, they have announced four new pillars of this policy. The Japanese Prime Minister unveiled his plan for a free and open Indo Pacific with a focus on India's increasingly significant role. So, one of the pillars under this is the principles for peace and rules for prosperity, which means that it includes respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity and opposition to unilateral changes to the status quo by force. Another pillar includes addressing challenges in Indo-Pacific way, and this pillar emphasizes cooperation to face increasing challenges to global commons, like there are global challenges like climate change, environment, global health, cyberspace, cybersecurity, apart from dealing with the fundamental challenge of defending peace. So Japan decided to provide 50 million US dollars. 50 million US dollars. This Japan has decided to provide in emergency food aid to support vulnerable countries in Asia, in Middle East, in Africa, as well as corn seeds and other assistance to vulnerable farmers in Ukraine. In Ukraine. Another principle includes the multi-layered connectivity, which is actually the core element of cooperation for free and open Indo-Pacific policy, because this is considered important for economic growth. So, Prime Minister of Japan indicated that Japan would focus on three regions, and the first area is Southeast Asia, where the ASEAN outlook for Indo-Pacific and Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific have similarities. So he assured that Japan will make a new contribution of $100 million that, to the Japan ASEAN Integration Fund. And the second area is South Asia, with a special focus on Northeast India. So, Prime Minister of Japan stated that Japan will promote the Bay of Bengal Northeast India industrial value chain concept in cooperation with India and Bangladesh. This will be done to foster the growth of the entire region. Then the third area is the Pacific Islands region. The Pacific Islands region, which is facing multiple challenges, and Japan will continue to support the countries in this region. And the last pillar is extending efforts for security and safe use of the sea to the air. Actually, the aim is to free the oceans from the growing geopolitical risk. And in this, Japan places importance on the fact that states should clarify their claims based on international law, that there should not be any use of force or coercion. There should be settlement of disputes by peaceful means. So, Japan has assured help to strengthen the maritime law enforcement capabilities of each country through human resource development by strengthening cooperation among Coast Guard agencies and joint training with the coast guards of other countries. Then, apart from these pillars, uh, you know, there is another highlight where, actually the loan for Mumbai Ahmedabad high speed rail, this was, notes on this was exchanged between the two sides, where, the fourth tranche of Japanese loan of up to 300 billion yen, which comes out to be 18,000 crore for the Mumbai Ahmedabad high speed rail. And apart from this, Japan also referred to the Ukraine's conflict, and it has referred to this conflict 7 times as it condemned Russia's actions in Ukraine. So, Japan has said that Russia's aggression had obliged the world to face the most fundamental challenge of defending peace. So, you should know about all these things. India Japan relations are very important for us to cover. The ties between India and Japan have been further strengthened over the past year after a lull during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, the friendship between India and Japan, we have a long history rooted in spiritual affinity and strong cultural and civilizational ties, which dates back to the visit of Indian monk Bodhisena in 752 AD. In contemporary times, among prominent Indians associated with Japan were Swami Vivekanand, Guru Dev Rabindranath Tagore, J.R.D. Tata, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and Judge Radha Binod Pal. Now, particularly the economic and commercial relations between India and Japan are important for us. Japan's interest in India is increasing due to a variety of reasons, like India's large and growing market, its resources, especially the human resources. The India-Japan Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (SEPA), it came into force in 2011. Very important, remember that this came into force in 2011, and this is the most comprehensive of all such agreements concluded by India and covers not only trade in goods but also to services. So, Japan has been extending bilateral loan and grant assistance to India since 1958, and it is the bilateral donor for India, largest one, through its ODA assistance. So, apart from this, other angles you can explore like defense relations, Quad alliance, the India Japan digital partnership, and what are the challenges and what can be the way ahead in it. But that's a thing for separate day. That's a thing that we have to cover, separately in India Japan relations. From current affairs point of view, this summit was the highlight. So that's what we have discussed today. This is it for this video, guys. Thank you very much. And if you're planning to take an Academy subscription, the biggest offer is here, where you can get 40% off, 40% discount if you're planning to take subscription on optional as well as general studies. All you have to do is just use my code Ashna Sisodia and you'll be able to get this 40% discount on subscription. This is it. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.